Hey everybody, Flubier Collector here. It is Saturday evening, and I just wanted to go ahead and do part 2 of the 1990 Collect-a-Books series. There was 36 booklets in total, separated by 12 booklets in each of 3 boxes. So box 1 we've already gone over. So this is part 2 of the 3 series for box number 2. And company that produced them was a company called CMC. So again, these, as I'd mentioned in the first one, there's really no value in these. I just thought they were neat. As a reminder, I'd come across a deal on Facebook Marketplace that was 15 bucks for a whole bunch of cards, several sets, as well as inside of them were about, I don't know, 10 to 14, call it, Collect-a-Books. And I wasn't actually familiar with them. So anyway, picked them up and I decided that they were something neat, and I kind of liked the concept. It's kind of a once-off. So anyway, first one here in box 2 is the Don Mattingly. So inside of each booklet, I'm not messing that up, there we go. Little personal highlights, the picture. I'll just kind of go through it, hopefully reduce glare so you can pause the video if you actually want to read it. You got the personal story, some career highlights as of 1990 for the individual. Stat sheet. And quote, always give 100% in whatever you do and it will be successful most of the time. I suppose that's pretty good advice, actually. And I kind of dig the caricature type picture in the back. Moving on, I'm just going to kind of flip through these real quick rather than read each one, but Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan. Nolan and the Ryan Express. Personal story. Member of 8 All-Star teams. Is that 8 or 9? 8. Again, as of 1990. Obviously fairly deep in his career. At that time, we got Jerome Walden. I believe he was a Rookie of the Year for the Cubs that had a flash-in-the-pan type of career. Jerome Otero Walden. This again, I kind of like the little booklet. I think it's difficult to have anything that makes it presentable, like if you were to slab it or anything like that. In fact, I think PSA doesn't even slab them anymore. It's just, you know, obviously some of the meat is inside of the booklet itself, so you can't really even protect individual pages or anything. Got Kevin Mitchell here. Down with the first 4. Tony Gwynn. Oops. Nickname, Tony. Quite the nickname. San Diego State University is where he played his college ball. Tony says you have to work for what you accomplish and you have to keep working to make sure it doesn't all go up in smoke. Kind of like going through these with my kids, especially some of those quotes. So I think there's actually a lot of truth in them and good life lessons. Good old Dave Stewart. Not in the Hall of Fame, but I think you could make an argument for him to be. Roger Clemens. Good old Rocket. University of Texas at Austin. San Jacinto. I don't know how many years CMC was in business. I don't think they were in business all that long, from what I recall, but I think they made quite a few farm league system sets and team sets, if I'm correct. Right around that time, that 80s, 90s, late 80s. Darrell Strawberry, bats left, throws left. Fun player to watch. Just got himself into some bad ways and kind of tanked his career from what it could have been. But still, all in all, it wasn't a bad career. I know he was a fun card to get when I was kind of in the peak of my collecting times. George Brett. Was that him jumping out of the dugout for the pine tar incident? That's funny. Good old George Brett. Yeah, a little Henry Aaron. Old Hammer and Hank. Kind of like the fact that this set has kind of like in each box kind of 9 current players, and then they throw in some vintage or older players at the time. Got Ted Williams here. Ted Williams actually, I believe, has 2 cards or 2 booklets, or at least 1 booklet, but the other one's a promo. It's kind of a blue and I think yellow maybe on it, and if I'm not mistaken, he's facing. It's not a reverse image. He's actually facing toward the right, but it's a promo card. I haven't seen it, but I'll probably look to try to add that one. I have no idea if there's any value on that particular one. I doubt it, but the old Splendid Splinter, the Thumper the Kid. So anyway, just kind of, again, a neat little concept. Just flaws this old way, especially as the way that we, typically collect today. But neat to thumb through. Kind of gives you a little bit more information about the player than just some of the stats on the back of most cards. I don't think that had I been a big Collect-a-Books fan at the time, I don't know that I'd miss it. And even though that I'm seeing these, I'm glad they existed, but I don't know. I think the more I think about it, this is probably enough. It's a neat little concept. I like the idea of some other stories, but you can get a book for that. So here we go. There's the 12th card or 12th booklet in the set. Good old Warren Spahn. So that concludes the set, or the box number 2 of the 1990 CMC Collect-a-Books. Hope you enjoyed that little showcase.